Welcome back to Late Night Sentai. We are talking again about Boonboomgers. I think that's how it's pronounced. And we are on episode 9. Yesterday, when we talked about it, the Boongers were having an existential crisis because they realized that Taya was basically just using them to get what he wanted, and they were not happy about this, and they don't actually know what he wants, but they're like, so you're just putting yourself in danger to amuse... or you're putting us in danger to amuse yourself? Dude, that is not okay. And they're all flipping out. Meanwhile, the agent lady, who I think has a name, but I'm not sure what it is. I'm just gonna call her Wasa until I figure out what her name is, because she kind of looks like a combination of Wasa and Moonbule from Mamamoo. She comes to them, and she's like, the ISA has decided that y'all are gonna be dismissed, because we have better things that we can use to fight the aliens. And I'm like, I thought we already did this. I thought we already, went through the, you want to dismiss them, they proved themselves, you change your mind. Isn't this like the third time you've done this in like 3 episodes? But, anyway, she wants to dismiss them, but then the robot, who she coincidentally has kind of a weird crush on, and I actually think it's adorable, tells her that the reason Taya is fighting and, wants fighting, is because the dream he has is not his dream, but the mech's dream. Basically, the mech, we find out, was a racer in this Grand Prix race that they've been talking about, but something happened and he crash landed on Earth. Taya rescued him and basically built him from the ground up, and he owes Taya his debt. And honestly, I think that was very sweet. I didn't actually think we were going to get anything about the robot. I just figured he'd kind of be there in the background, but no, we're getting backstory already, and it's only episode 9. I have a feeling we're going to find out why he crashed later on, but for now, it's just really cute. So I guess this convinces ISA lady for now to let them continue being the team. And episode 10, I didn't know Children's Day was a thing in Japan, but apparently there's a Children's Day where everybody goes out and they help kids to learn how to do things, which I think is really cute. And the boys go to help kids. Well, Mira and Genba, I think is the curly-haired one, stay back. And Genba is basically given a briefcase, which he is supposed to deliver. And it has some kind of, new ISA tech in it. I don't understand why you would trust it to these people. They're not morons like in Dawn Brothers, but they're civilians. Why would you trust this to civilians? I get why you trusted to Taya, because he knows what he's doing, or Maida, because he's Taya's right-hand man, but, I guess it's because Genba's procurement, basically, so he's used to doing this all day. Okay, it actually does kind of make sense. So he and Mira go out to this thing. Meanwhile, the robots, who I'm starting to think are Bulk and what's his name? The other one from Power Rangers, except as aliens, which is really funny. They find out about this weapon, and they decide, we're going to get this weapon, because maybe if we get this weapon, we can use it to power up. Also, I discovered that the other aliens, not Ishara, but Junichi's character is named Decotrod, I think it said. They haven't actually used his name yet, but I believe that's what the Wikipedia said his name was. So, Ishara and Decotrod decide to go, or trade, I don't know. But anyway, they decide to go get this weapon, and they send out a monster which can basically have different effects on people. It can cause them to levitate, it can freeze them, it can slow them down. I don't think they did enough with this, because I thought it was a really cool concept. It causes Mira to almost lose hold of her badge, or whatever you use to transform. But she gets it back fairly quickly, so that was kind of irrelevant. But it turns out that the briefcase they were carrying is full of Mochi. I originally assumed that the twist was going to be that it was full of Mochi because they were delivering it to a bunch of kids. But no, in fact, they were using Mira and Genba as decoys again, while the real stuff got to go to where it needed to be. And I actually think this is a pretty smart idea. Because when you have very powerful weapons, like I said, you're not going to want to trust them with basic civilians. But I like the fact that Mira's like, are you constantly just using me as a decoy? And I'm like, yes. The answer is yes. Absolutely. 100% yes. And they will continue to use you as a decoy because that is what you are, Mira. You are a decoy for them. But other than that, we don't really have anything else. I do kind of feel like the plots wrap up a little bit too quickly. Do we trust him or not? Okay, we trust him now. Oh, I'm going to dismiss the team. Okay, well, actually, I'm not. Like, draw out the tension a little bit. Give us something palpable to work with. Make him break up for a little bit. But, that's a minor complaint. I'm enjoying this show so far. And tomorrow, we will continue on to episodes 11 and 12.